No, he's yeah, he's trying to stop Parker.
I'm telling you, I've seen it. It's incredible. Guys, it is that time. Put your hands together, make some noise, and join me on welcome. Holy Christ. Guys, one more time, make some noise for Jesse. Thank you so much. Congratulations, not just on this documentary, which is pretty incredible, but pulling off one of the most ambitious attempts at storytelling on any platform. I think
Thank you.
It's amazing what you've achieved, man, and what you've done. How are you doing right now? How are you holding up? You've been busy lately.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Just looking out at all the fans. I see a Psycho Series shirt right there with some signatures on. What's up, man? So cool. But no, it's crazy. Ultimately, I wanted to get into film and to be able to have the opportunity to tell my story for free without any need from anybody else, and to do it with my family, like to see all their faces up here is pretty overwhelming. It's a crazy experience.
It's got to be surreal, right? Like, this is your first time, I imagine, experiencing this side of the process, doing the press tour, going around, interviews and all that sort of stuff at this level, right? Has it been exhausting? Are you enjoying every minute of it?
It's pretty incredible. Yeah. It's super surreal that basically, everybody that's here right now can do this. Mm-hmm. And I'm a living example of that. So if you are passionate about YouTube, like, it can lead to huge opportunities, and especially if it's something you believe in.
Yeah, for sure. You are living proof of that it does work. It is a system that is proven now. You just have to want it and work super, super hard, which I think you did. I want to know why this format, why now, why are you telling the story in this way, and why was it important to tell this side of the story the way that you did?
I think the beauty of the Psycho Series was that it was portrayed as real. I mean, you cannot do that on television. Even reality TV, you know going into it that it's scripted to an extent. Yeah. To have YouTube as a platform and to shoot it in this handheld style, I believed it was like, I just felt compelled to share this story, and I felt if people thought this kid was really going through all these struggles, and I know for sure after these years of people reaching out that there are kids that go through this stuff with abusive parents, and they have big dreams that they want to pursue, and there's so much stuff getting in the way of that. So to tell that story and you think it's real, you feel a very real connection to the character, and it's unlike anything in film or television. Like, basically people, I would do Q&A videos every week. You're asking the character questions, and the characters answer. You get to interact with your character. It's crazy.
Did you ever
made it all happen? He made, he had his dad act out that part. He wrote that, he had this character in on that. So I think it becomes a very different animal. And I do think, though, there's a lot of fans that when they look at me, they'll still always see the psycho kid. Yeah. And that's perfectly fine, because sometimes I'll still look in the mirror and I'll see him too, because I was in his shoes for so long.
For sure. I think there's a lot of, like, some people in general have a hard time separating actors from their characters on television. Yeah. And when you do something like you've done, you blur that line so much. It's more so than even like a wrestling fan that's like, well, I know it's fake, but I watch it for the action and the plot. Like, this is a totally other level of that. It's like the evolution of that blurred line.
Yeah, it's like seeing like a hated character, like the most hated character on the streets, and you're just like, I still hate this person. Like, they play it so well. I feel like it's very similar to that.
Yeah. Well, it also looks like you see a little bit in the doc too that those people exist, but there's also fans that get it, and they're just excited to meet you, and they kind of appreciate everything you put into it. I want to tap into something you were talking about earlier, like the divorce and all this sort of stuff. These heavy, super real, super heavy moments that are a reminder, none of the people that you worked with were actors. They were your family, right? But they turn out these performances that are incredible.
Perfectionism. 20 takes, guys. Yeah. One more time. They hated me. But I always, because we had to portray it as real, that was a very high demand where, we couldn't just half-ass a video. It was like, you have to deliver. So it just came down to pushing them and putting it in layman's terms, like what the character objective is. Mom, you are divorcing him because you see the destructive tendencies that he has, and there was definitely some resistance for the divorce itself. Like, that was a huge deal. A lot of moments where they wanted to quit throughout. Even within that first month, it was like, okay, this is enough.
Yeah.
And we had somebody tailing us in a car, and we're looking in the rear view, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this person's following us. And then we start going like 80, 90 miles per hour. They're following. They're keeping right up. I'm like, oh my god, we started doing a few turns, you know, like a few right turns. They're still following us. We turned down a dead end, and they cornered us. And when we had to literally like drive up on the grass to avoid them, it was like something you see out of an action movie. And we looked into the driver's seat. There was not a smile when they saw us. It was like, we want to expose you. We want to, you know, that was like the big ticket items. Like whoever can expose Mcjuggernuggets, crack the case, is gonna get crazy amounts of fame on YouTube.
That's what it was. That was exactly it. Because I would imagine, and for those who don't know, I know a lot of us in this room do, but those who are watching at home, just real quick, what swatting is.
So swatting is when a troll, or basically just anyone over the internet, decides to call up the police, local police, or even, you know, state police, and they'll say, hey, I live at this person's address that, you know, I don't like. They pretend it's their own, and they say, I just killed my mom, I killed my dad, you know, whoever.
Whatever they got to say to get the police force to send a literal SWAT team to your location.
Like there's certain qualifications to get the SWAT team, so they have to like murder somebody in the house, and then they have to say, if any cops show up, I'll also kill the cops on site. And they phone that in, and the cops got to respond, and when the cops get there, they're ready to shoot to kill, because that's their job.
So 20 times. Do you get to like time number 17 and even the cops know it's like, hey man, no, we gotta show up. We gotta come out, I know.
That's like 100% accurate.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it was
7 cop cars roll up. Hey Jesse.
By the 3rd time, it was like, yo, how are we not on the list yet? Like, you should know by now. Mcjuggernuggets, Jesse Ridgway's house, the address. So I think it was around the 4th or 5th, it was like, okay, we have password protected, so if they get cop calls, they'll call me on my cell because they still have to double check, and then they'll still send people out. And these are happening, you know, 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, midnight,
freaking terrible.
Every hour. So like we're on edge.
It's absolutely terrible.
Still pumping out videos, and I'll tell you guys right now, we're gonna have an app come out in like 2 weeks. And
wait, is that the big bombshell that you were talking about on Twitter? Your game-changing announcement?
It's called Storyfire. And it's a group storytelling app in social media, and it will take over the world. I'm telling you right now, and this will be the first time I'm saying it. It will.
That sounds pretty incredible.
Because I know all you guys are aspiring YouTubers and creators, and if you want to tell stories, you're going to be able to do this.
Can I just real quick? Did you know they were aspiring YouTubers? Because there's literally at least 7 cameras.
What game is that?
2 of which on sticks. That one's kind of, I mean, I haven't, I can see where you get that from. Wait, 8, I just saw another camera. Is that another one over there? Yeah, okay, another camera. All right, a couple of rapid fires, then we're going to go to audience Q&A. What was the hardest thing to watch get destroyed?
The room. The room in the Morton building, the gaming room. I had developed a lot of memories, like me, my friends, and my uncle built that from scratch together. Put a lot of money. We all know the paint job. The paint job, we just had a fight in the room, and paint just like fell beautifully on it. It was like technicolored. It was great. So to watch that crumble for the video, you know, there was some real screams in that one.
All right, let's go the other direction. What was the most exciting, most exhilarating thing to watch get destroyed?
I have to go with the pool. The pool impact was absolutely insane. To watch Uncle Larry just speeding through. I didn't think he was going to do it, honestly, but he was like dead set. There was not a doubt in his mind. He was ready to die at that point.
Incredible. Last question, because I saw a couple of lists online and a couple of people attempt. Thank you. That's our time. Let's go ahead and turn it over. I think I see some microphones out there. We'll start right here.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Hey Jesse, just want to say, huge fan. Love the Psycho series. There's a part in the documentary where you were with your dad in the garage, and it was like you kind of had to leave. It was like really hard for you to break out of the character. Just like behind the scenes, like how long did it take for you to move on, and like what was your experience with that?
Still, great question. Still grappling with leaving that story behind, because that was my like core story at the time. It was like, I want to be big on YouTube, and I think everybody kind of assigned themselves to that. And through telling that story, I became big on YouTube. So that'll always be my origin. Like I'll always have that'll always be close to my heart. But yeah, I still struggle with it every day, because it's like part of me died when the Psycho series ended.
Yeah. How much?
Hey, what's up, man?
Well, I used to do YouTube videos, but I had like no motivation at all to keep on going to do what I do. So when you started doing YouTube videos, what motivated you to keep on going?
So yeah, I started YouTube in 2006, so it's been over 10 years now. And you know, even when I was 14, it came from just something to do with your friends. You know, I like playing video games, and outside of that, it was like if we're all hanging out, it's like, yo, I got the camera, like, what if we just did like a skit? There was like a certain little either joke I wanted to share with people that I thought was funny, or even a story that I wanted to share. And that's what it was about. And it wasn't until, you know, as you get older, it was like, well, I need money and I need to get a job. Like the dose of realism from the parents and everybody like started to sink in, and you start to hear stories of people making millions on YouTube. So it was like, okay, let me try and do what I love, which was like storytelling, and then mix it with what'll get views, which was these freak out videos. So it ended up being a perfect pairing, but some days it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to be motivated. Honestly, a lot of my motivation these days is still the story thing. It's like telling stories and watching people react to it, but it's you guys, the fans. Like, you guys keep me accountable for like doing it, and I love interacting with you guys and seeing how you guys respond to different things. So, but for starting out, I'd say you gotta really love it, and it helps to have some people in your corner too, like whether you know it's a parent or a friend or somebody who likes doing it, or even a big YouTuber. Wink, wink. But yeah, man, it's a great question.
That's a great.
Crazy.
Oh, I freaking love him.
Yeah. I'm asking for a job. Oh, there he goes.
What's up?
Yo, what's up, man? How are you guys? What's up? Let's do the
All right.
We had to
Oh,
do it,
man,
guys.
look
The
at
vlog section is real right now. Oh
Look
my
at
God.
this.
I don't even know if that counts, dude. That's a camcorder. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah.
You think I get a shout out real quick?
Man, say it. You got 2 seconds.
Crumble cake with a K.
Done.
K for crumble, C for cake.
Done.
No, it's good.
I'm gonna edit the shit out of that. It's gonna like just crumble. I'm just
I'll
kidding.
delete this.
Delete it, man. Love you guys. Oh, what's that? Whoa!
That's crazy.
Yo, that's really good.
I also wanted you
Holy
to sign
shit.
my Xbox. I told you to sign my controller last week.
Yeah.
I got it.
Wait, what? You brought your Xbox?
Yeah.
No shit.
Could you write?
Check them in. Yeah.
Wow.
The Xbox check is like. It's not a
Oh, that's the new one.
Oh, it's real. It's not broken yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Not yet.
Do you want me to break it? I think it's like they used to keep like Morton salt in it, and then it's like Morton.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. There's your history lesson. That's cool, man. I love
a lot
that.
of hate on the video with you last time, but then
Why?
people don't like you again, or me.
What?
Yeah, that was.
But then the people that did like you backed me up, so now the video's about to hit 6,000 views, and I jumped from 60 subscribers to 142.
Dude, sick. I'm glad, dude. I'm glad that can happen. That's awesome.
Crazy
So
stuff.
hopefully this one then boosts even more. Probably, dude, probably with just jelly, man. It probably sucks.
Yeah.
Watch one of your videos. Yeah. Shit, where'd that marker go?
Oh, did I put in my? I have one.
One of you said you had it.
I have an extra one right here.
Oh, sick.
Oh, there you go.
That's convenient.
You really got your Xbox signed? That's crazy.
Shit, I'm trying to think where to sign on this. I'm gonna try and squeeze it.
I should have got the gray one.
On like your face. There, you got it?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so I just act like really excited, like super really excited. Yo guys, so I dropped an announcement on AOL Build that we're coming out with an app called Storyfire.
Crazy.
What do you guys think of that shit?
crazy.
Storyfire. Alright, nobody back me up.
Storyfire.
Yeah. All right, Jays, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Twitter, Instagram, whatever links we are the same person now. Love you, Jays, to death, and don't forget to keep it rigid.